Welcome back, Benton Crane here coming at you from CES in Las Vegas. I'm here with Scott Heimendinger. He is one of the food nerds at Anova. And tell us really quick, Scott, what is Anova?
Anova is a company that provides culinary innovation. It takes tools that were formerly only available at high price points or to top chefs and makes them available to the home consumer, starting with sous vide circulators and now introducing the Anova Precision Oven.
Okay, so let's talk really quick about sous vide. So elk is really hard to cook, right? I use your sous vide cooker, and I made this elk roast, and I took it to this, I actually took it to a Passover dinner. And everyone was just dying over this elk roast. It was so tender, so juicy, it was just perfect. Why does that happen?
Cooking is about thresholds, and no cookbook you read really explains this very well, that there's a perfect doneness for whatever you're cooking, but if you get it hotter than that, bad things start to happen. In the case of something like elk, when you overcook it, the connective tissue in those muscle fibers starts to contract and it squeezes out the natural juices, and you end up with something that's tough and dry.
Leather.
Exactly. So by maintaining control over your cooking temperature, you end up having perfect doneness that never exceeds that threshold, and you get to really experience the food the way it's meant to be eaten.
Now let's talk about the oven. This is brand new, being launched at CES, correct?
That's right.
Tell us about it.
So the Anova Precision Oven is pretty revolutionary. It's the world's first consumer home countertop combination and steam oven. So you get to cook with convection heat like you're used to in a normal oven.
So that's the traditional part.
That's the traditional part, but with added steam injection.
And that's the unique differentiator.
This is the differentiator. Food is mostly made of water, and when you ignore the role of water in cooking, you're never going to get the best results you possibly could. This oven respects the science of how cooking actually works and gives you, the cook, control not over just precise temperature, but also very precise humidity. What this enables you to do is sous vide in an oven, so that same elk, but without the bath, without the bag.
Still the perfect doneness.
Still the perfect doneness, plus searing. So if you had something that you wanted to put a crust on the outside of, in a second stage of cooking, we switch from steam mode to broil mode, and now you've got perfectly done on the inside, golden brown delicious on the outside.
Got it. So in the case of my elk, I took it out of the sous vide bath, put it on the grill to get a sear on it. In this case, you can just set the oven to sear it at the end.
That's right.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, what else besides meat would you cook in this oven?
So a little bit of everything. Vegetables benefit tremendously. So regular steamed vegetables are something maybe we've had growing up and have a reputation for being dry or bland. That's because they were steamed just in a pot of water at the boiling point of water at 100 degrees Celsius, which will cook the food, but it's not the optimum temperature. Corn, for example, if you've had corn cooked sous vide at, say, 83 degrees Celsius, it is a revelation.
Really?
It tastes like corn is supposed to taste. It tastes vibrant, it tastes sweet, and that's because you aren't breaking down those sugars and leaching them out into the surrounding steam like you would in a traditional steam environment. Here, we can set the oven to 83 degrees Celsius and high humidity, and you get that steam of the corn, but cooked to the perfect doneness.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us about the eggs we just saw.
So eggs are one of the most temperature sensitive foods that we cook. You know from sous vide already that 1 degree can make a big difference in the doneness of egg. Is it really vibrant, or is it sort of started to fade and become brittle and all of this kind of thing? This oven will allow us to hold temperature at 1 degree Celsius in the range of sous vide temperatures, which means that we have tremendous control over our eggs, which allows us to explore new forms and presentations of this egg. So in this case here, we've actually been able to create something. You can see how beautifully moist and sort of bouncy this is. It would bounce if I dropped it there. This is a whole new style of egg that's meant to demonstrate that there's a world of possibilities waiting to be unlocked when you cook with this oven.
And so if I tried to do this same thing in my home oven, what would have happened as you tried to roll up that egg?
It just wouldn't work. Your home oven, which has no awareness or control of humidity, will drive the moisture out of this egg, and you would end up with something that was too brittle to roll that wouldn't have the sponginess about it, that would lose all the things that we love about eggs.
Got it. Scott, where can our listeners check out the sous vide and the oven?
Go to anovaculinary.com for all the information.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on the show, Scott.
My pleasure.
To have you. Hey, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.